Hello guys, welcome back to You Can Code. This is Yukesh. Today we are going to continue with our Python basics. Okay, let's start. Today we are going to see iterators in Python. Okay, so iterator is something like that for loop. So you'll see some example. Without instead of definition by examples, you can understand it better. So I go with example. So let me create a tuple. Okay, these are tuple. So we can print. So we can call our tuple or we can iterate our tuple using for loop. Like it's like a for loop, it's like for each loop. So we can print x. So you can see we can iterate our tuple using for loop. But another concept called iterator. So using iterator also we can iterate. You will see that for iterator two main things are there. One thing is keyword iter and keyword next. Okay, so iter okay, we will see it. So once you want to iterate any tuple or any string, we can iterate any string, we can iterate any tuple, or we can iterate any object. Using iterator we can do these things. So if you want to iterate any tuple, we have to convert into iterator object. So for that it's like iterator. Keyword is iter. So iter, we have to pass our tuple. Okay, you can see. So our iterator object is now ready. Using that we can with next keyword is like next. So to next we have to pass the iterator object. So you can see first time it will return the first data and second data and third data. If you do it again, so you see you have to stop the iteration because no data available after it. Okay, so if you do it again, you see we won't get any data because we have to stop the iteration. Only we have three datas. So this is like an iterator with the tuple, or we can iterate for a string also. So string. Okay, so these are string, so we can iterate our string also. Same, we have to create an object for our string. So next we can get it by using next with iterator. So you can see. So on next time we will get w, on next time we will get e. So like that, every time you execute the next function, you will get the next character of the string variable. So if it is like a tuple or list, so you will get the next data of the list or tuple or dictionary. Now we will see how to use iterator for a class. Okay, these are class. Our class name is my numbers, and for iterators there is a defined function. So we have to define it like iter with double underscore on front and double underscore at the back, like that. Next also we have to define like that. Okay, self is like we have to must pass some this operator. It's like self can be changed to any string, but it has to be used here, but a self must be there. Okay, and we are initializing at iterator. When you create an iterator object, the self dot a attribute has to be initialized with 1, and that a will be returned. It's like the self will be returned. And next time when you call using next, the self dot a data will be stored in x, and self data a, it's like a attribute of the class will be added with 1. Okay, so we will create an object for this class. So our class name is my numbers. So I think we didn't execute the class first. we have to execute the class first. So this is our class. So our class is now executed. So we can create an object for our class. So obj is the object of our class. So this object we will pass to the iterator as the same we did earlier. We are going to pass it. So our iterator now is this part section will be executed internally now. So we will see now. Now we have to use our print. Okay. So like without print we can do it in console. But when you are using ideally we have to give print here. So you can see at first time when I execute the next function, I got 1. At the next time I got 2. And next I got 3. So we can do it in for loop for in range 0, 10. So we don't need the I here. We just need this. We have to give print. You can see. So already 3 completed. So from 4, 10 times it is executed. So if I execute the for loop again, from 14 it will continue. You can see from 14 it continue till the 23. I can execute it again also. So it will continue to 24, from 24 to 33. So it's like 10 times we have given. We don't need this I, just for for loop syntax we have given this. Instead of for loop we can use while loop also, but we have to mention the conditions and all. So for simplicity I have used a for loop because our condition range is 0 to 10. It's like 10 times the print statement has to be executed. So when the next statement, it's like next function is called, what value in the a will be written, and another time the one will be added. It's like counting of numbers. So we can get it. It will go on. Use it for 5, you will get only 5. Okay, but at some point of time we want to stop the execution, so we have to use the stop iteration. So to execute that we have to redefine our class first. This is our class. So inside this we have to use an if statement. So here our if is like that. If our self dot a, if self dot a is less than is greater than, if self dot a is greater than 50. So okay, if self dot a is less than 50, our statement can be executed. Like normally it can be iterated and return it. So we will use index here, indentation, sorry. Else we have to raise stop iteration. Okay, we have to raise the stop iteration. So okay, our indentation was problem. So now it is clear, I think so. Yeah, now it's working. So we can create an object for our class, and we have to pass it to the first we have to create an object, and we have to create an iterator object. Then we can use next in for loop. Once it has reached 20, it will be stopped. So we will change it as 50 to get more values. Okay, so our class is now created as we did earlier. We will see it now. Obj is our object. Okay, for that we have to create a tuple object. It's like iterator object, it equal to tr. Inside that we have to pass our iterator object. So we will test it manually. Iterator of next of it. So first value will be returned now. Okay, it's like the value 1 we assign. So if we assign 10 here, the first value will be 10, and from 10 it will be iterate. So we can give it in for loop. So for I in just it we can mention, and we can print I. So you can see from 1 till 50 the values are printed. So if I use next of it, now you can see stop iteration. So it's like the next iteration we are calling, so it won't be executed. But it's like when you are using it something like this, you see, it will call from one only, as we did earlier. When we use here next of it, it will give our next object. It's like next value. But when you are using it in a for loop, it will reinitialize the iterator object. What we done here will be internally done by the for loop, so that when you are and at first time when you are executing the for loop, the value might be anywhere, but it will start from one only. It's like it will start from what value assign that. Okay. So but when you are using it as a range, and when you are giving a next of it here, that time it will not start from I. It's like it will not start from 1, or it will not start from the value you assign. It will start from the value what was in the self before. Okay. So the difference here. So that's it in iteration. Okay, guys, that's for today. So in tomorrow's video, we will continue our Python basics and some other concepts. Thing. So keep supporting, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can go. So thank you, guys. Keep supporting me. Stay safe.